In 2004, NASCAR radically changed its competition finale, and 11 seasons later, the divisive chase format seems here to stay. Going into this year's final rounds, SHR can boast 3 chase champions in Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. 3-time NASCAR champion Stewart is still fighting for a regular season win in 2015, but as co-owner of the Stewart-Haas Racing stable, his focus is not solely on his own number 14 car.
When you're a driver, you're thinking of one car. When you're a team owner, you have to think of all 4 cars. And especially when you get to that point and you start the chase and you realize that one of the cars doesn't have a chance at all at racing for the championship, but one of your teams does.
Kevin Harvick and the number 14 burst out of the gates this year with 2 wins and 11 runner-up finishes, but he's not the only one turning heads at SHR. Kurt Busch, the 2004 champion, also has 2 wins to his name this season and is sitting comfortably in the chase grid, but knows the difficulties of the format all too well.
Kurt Busch has his 26th Sprint Cup win.
You can't have mistakes. I mean, there's 3 races at a time through the chase, and if you have one tough race, you have to go all in. You have to win, basically, the next week. And so it makes it tough. If you have nice, consistent runs, then you can work your way through it.
Win number 29 at the checkered flag, Kevin Harvick for Stewart-Haas Racing.
6 consecutive top 2 finishes, the 3 races this year and the 3 last year.
Winning obviously makes it a lot easier to go through each round if you can be able to win the race and be able to have a little bit of a breather and give the team guys a little bit of a breather to kind of get out of those intense moments that you have, because it's 10 weeks of pretty intense stuff.
I mean, it's always going to be hard to defend the championship, and I think in reality it's going to be harder these coming years than what it's ever been in our sport. Just the way that chase format is now, and you got 4 guys that go to Homestead, and the guy that outruns the other 3 is the champion, and it's hard to do that. You know, if it was just putting 10 races together and having the most points at those 10 races, I think we've got a team that could do that.
Maybe a similar way to look at it is like World Cup soccer. You have the pooling group, that first group. You can have a loss. If you have a tie, it's tough, but you got to get those points to advance.
NASCAR's playoffs kick off at the Chicagoland Speedway on the 20th of September, and for defending champ Harvick and his team, experience and momentum are key to getting through the chase.
And this year has obviously been a good year. You know, we'd all like to have won more races, but I think when you look at the consistency and you look at the performance and the things that we've done, you know, I think that gives us a lot of confidence to know that when you go into those last 10 weeks, you know you can do what you need to do to win a championship. You just have to push the button at the right time.
We learned a lot last year. I think we could go to Homestead and do a lot better job than what we did last year. So, you know, every day we learn more and more, and we've got a great race team, and we're definitely going to give it our 100%.
With SHR looking for a 3rd NASCAR title, Tony Stewart is ready to provide his team with whatever is needed.
You want to make sure you've given them every tool they can to be successful. So it's a hard decision because you don't want to sacrifice from yourself, but at the same time, you're giving to yourself as well by helping out your teammates. And all 4 of us as drivers, as crews, we would all do that for each other if that scenario came around for each of us. So that's what a great team and a great organization is all about, is, you know, being able to make changes and adjustments, and you know, having the ability to take care of each other.
Click here to subscribe to the Mobil 1 Grid YouTube channel for more great exclusive motorsports videos. Thanks for watching.